Hey everybody, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 17th of today is 2nd of March, and we are now live in New York session over here. So let's get started. So basically, the daily time frame has broke below this area over here, and now the chances of going down is high, but the daily time frame can go a little bit more up from here, like 22, 23 pips. But let's have a look at the weekly time frame as well. So weekly time frame is totally bearish, I can say. And why? Because the reason is it has crossed below the previous area from the left and broke below the previous week's candle, and now we have this clean range to go. So basically what can happen is now the weekly time frame can move all the way down, like we have this clean range to go, so it can easily come down to this area over here. So but the thing is, if we look at the 4 hour over here, then let me just daily, let's go first in daily. I want daily to look in daily only, weekly to be visible in the weekly only. Yeah, now it looks good. So basically what's happening over here is there was a support over here in the 4 hour, and this candle broke below this support level, and then it created a support then created another support over here, and this 4 hour candle just went up with no wick on the bottom. That means there is a lot of buying pressure in the market, and it's rejecting this area from the left, right? It's rejecting that area. It tried to maintain its price above, but it failed to do so, right? So now two things can happen. Number one is that it will be going up with heavy volume and moving all the way up to fill this clean range of the 4 hour, and this range is about like 39 to 40 pips. Okay, and the second thing which can happen over here is that this candle can broke its own low and continue moving down to fill this clean range of the previous 4 hour candle. So these two things can happen over here according to the 4 hour. If we look at the 1 hour, then the 1 hour candle, the previous 1 hour candle closed above this area from the left, right? And now what can happen is we have this clean range to go. So now what can happen is actually this could be a really nice trade in the 1 hour, but anyways, so now what can happen is this 1 hour candle can close like a bearish candle, and the next 1 hour candle will just create a lower wick and then break the high of the previous one and move up. If we look at the 30 minutes over here, let me just mark some areas in the 1 hour as well. So this will be the region where I'm gonna target my TP. So if we calculate this range, then this range is about 24 pips. Full range is about 40 pips. So if we look at this thing, let me just make some visibility changes. Sorry. So if we look at the 30 minutes over here, then the previous this 30-minute candle closed above this area, but it closed away from the resistance area, and so waiting was an option over there because market has to retrace back before going up. So the previous candle closed bearish. That was a retracement candle for me, and now I was expecting this 30-minute candle to break the high of the previous one, so that it will form a support, so that the market will be moving all the way up to this level over here. But obviously it looks like that the current 30-minute candle can also close like a bearish one, and the next 30-minute candle may go up from here. So let's see what happens over here. 17 minutes still left for this candle to close, and if we talk about 15 minutes over here, then is having a recent level of resistance over here. So hey Nishal, how are you? So if this 30-minute candle closes below this range, this will become a fake out, right? But we need to look at the other time frames, whether we can short below that area or not. Because if we look at this area in the 15 minutes, then look over here below this area. If this 15-minute candle closes below this area, then you have a range of about like 13 pips till this area, and then you have a full range of about 41 pips over here in this area. Yeah, maybe yes, shorting may be a good idea. So let's see 1 hour, because we have to look at all the time frames. Okay, let's just wait for this 30-minute candle to close, and after the close of the current 30-minute candle, we will decide whether you can short below that area or not. Because the thing is, so many things we have to consider over here. Number one is that how and what size of the 30-minute candle we are getting, because this can also happen that this 30-minute candle can wick down, and then it will give a huge rejection. So let's see. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so let's have a look at GBP USD. So if we look at the monthly over here in GBP USD, monthly is bearish. Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly time frame is now reversing all the way back. Yeah, it will be reversing back and will tap this area. So for me, weekly is bearish. Let me make some visibility changes over here. If I look at the daily over here, then the today's daily candle has broke the low of the previous one, and that means it has created a resistance over here. That also means that it will be going down to tap this area soon. So for me, the daily is also bearish. Also, it's now below this area. So let's go in 4 hour. So now the 4 hour is just pushing down, right? So there was a support down over here, or you can say so a resistance has been formed in this area, right? So this candle closed below this area, then now the current 4 hour candle is trying to push up. So basically what was happening over here is there was a support, there was a resistance over here. Now let's see if the current 4 hour candle goes up from here or flips back down. According to me, it should flip back down. So after the 4 hour, let's move to the 1 hour over here. And so 1 hour is quite choppy for me, because So basically buy will be above this area, and if we talk about sells, then I think sells will be below this area, but I have to look at the left, what information we are having on the left. Okay, so we have this clean range. This is the support. This range is about 19 pips. GBP is pushing up, guys. Let's see. So once it breaks the high, we can expect a bullish momentum coming up. But the thing is, stops is around will be around like 17 pips. So we need to lower the stop loss over here. Hey Dennis, how are you? Buddy, I haven't got your idea yet. So make sure you just send the code only, because full link will not be visible. So the idea is, if the market break above this high, I'll drop down to 1 minute time frame. Okay, it really looks like that it's about to break the high, right? So what I'm gonna do is, once it breaks this high, I'll drop the time frame to 1 minute, and then I'm gonna wait for the market to come back to my POI region so that I can take a buy trade. Oh, it just broke the high. It just broke the high over here. But I have to wait. I have to wait over here. I cannot take the trade, because the thing is, the stops will be really big. So I have to wait for confirmations. So this was the BOS over here. I need to find out some POI. So yeah, so I think market should be dropping down to this level before going up in 15 minutes. Oh, this level. I don't think so. Let's have a look over here. That means in 30 minutes I'm... What? I don't think so. Need to find out another region over here. In 1 minute. Okay, so it just created a retracement over here. Now it's gonna break the high and should come down to this area. before moving up. Seven minutes left for the current candle to close, for the 1 hour candle to close as well. 15-minute will also be closing in 7 minutes. I took a buy trade over here. Keeping the stops at 9 pips. Trade just tabbed in 4 pips over here. 4.7, oh, 5.2 tabbed. So if it comes back to break even, I'm gonna close half. 6 pips over here. $153, 622. Took the trade over here. This is around 20 pips. Stops are over here. 153, 532. 532 is this area over here. So if there will be less volume, then market will be coming back to the break even, but if there will be enough volume, then it will be going all the way up from here. Yeah, 4 hour is now moving all the way up from this point. Let's have a look at daily. Daily is also reversing back, so if it goes up with volume, then it will create a fake out. If we talk about weekly, let's not talk about weekly. It's like, let's just hope that this should be going up. So this is 5 minutes. Yeah, really looks like that it's gonna move down. Come on, man. So if 1 minute candle breaks above this area over here, it will be going up with volume. But if it does not break above this area, then the chances of going down will be high. So once that breaks above that area, this will become the POI. I think shift the stops now. Not yet. Not yet. So once I have a candle break above this area, then I'm gonna shift the stops like, oh, coming down, coming down, coming down. Closed half over here. One hour candle also closed. Closed full position over here. So I have closed everything at this point, because now it can move down, test this POI over here, and then it can move up from that area. Yeah, so this POI is invalid, this idea also, this one also, this one also. 15-minute candle closed like this, 30-minute close like this. According to me, this should be the POI which should be tested with the stops 2 pips.